Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. Coming up in the next half hour, the county's bike sharing network is really taking off. More stations are being opened to help you get around town. We'll have a full report. Plus, MC held their own college version of the TV show Shark Tank. We'll tell you how the students performed under pressure. And later, it's time to toss out those unwanted and outdated prescription drugs, how the county is offering a safe way to do it. But first, work is underway for the County Council to dig into the details of this year's operating budget. The Council received its annual overview of the County Executive's proposal, which will be voted on in May. Susan Kennedy has more.
I'm going to just talk through some of the key points and point out some of the key resources that are in your packet.
This year's proposed $4.9 billion budget recommends only slight increases and some decreases in funding in all county agency budgets. The only exception is Montgomery County Public Schools, which received a 3.1% increase in its budget. The increase fully funds the board's request, allowing the schools to meet the needs of its growing student population.
The enrollment in the schools just continues to grow leaps and bounds. I think we had about 2,000 new students in the school system this year. So we need to ensure that our resources are not gradually diminishing in the schools, and in fact we need to continue to do more to meet the great needs that our students have.
We have known now for quite a number of years that every year there seems to be an additional number of students that come in, and these are students affected by poverty and other challenges. So it is obvious that the school system, as it is really striving to understand how to directly and strategically address these issues, they're going to need more resources.
Despite the county's relatively strong economic status, officials say revenue is down due to lower than projected tax income as the result of changes in the federal tax laws, the ongoing burden of the Wynn case, and the county's changing demographics.
Thank you very much.
However, on the upside, unemployment in Montgomery County remains very low, and the housing market here is thriving.
We expected one revenue level this year. Something else is happening, and property taxes have been a little bit lower than we thought. So, that's the context that we're in. There's sort of a mismatch between the revenue that's coming in and the underlying conditions of the community. And so we are having a more constrained budget than we might otherwise have. But, that's kind of the nature of the game.
The budgets for police and health and human services are up by 1.5% in this year's proposed budget.
Have you ever experienced domestic violence? No.
Council members say as they begin the process of work sessions and deliberations on the budget, protecting core county services and safety net programs county residents rely on will be a priority.
Well, it's going to be a challenge. We will have to add some funding to the budget somehow for critical services. And so the committees will be going through the process and adding recommendations for if we can find some additional savings here or there. Here's how we might enhance some of those critical safety net services.
A final vote on the budget is scheduled for May 24th. In Rockville, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
The County Council is considering whether to allocate $374,000 to a local nonprofit. The nonprofit would use the funds to represent low-income immigrants who are facing deportation. Council President Hans Reamer explains more about the program.
This is an appropriation to support legal representation for people who've been detained by immigration authorities. And we're very concerned because the federal government is really changing its approach to immigration enforcement. And they are going from enforcing against people who have significant criminal histories to seemingly enforcing, almost recklessly, wherever they can find someone. And that really is catching up a lot of people in this county and around the country who have families here, who have businesses here, and who really should be on the path to citizenship. If we had comprehensive immigration reform at the federal level, these are people who would be on the pathway to citizenship. So we're very concerned about that, and this appropriation does have the unanimous support of the County Council to provide legal resources for people who have been detained who are low income, just to make sure that ICE is following the law. Make sure that they are not erroneously charging people or seeking to keep them in detention against their rights.
Bike sharing is a popular way to explore our area. And to meet the demand, the Capital Bikeshare Network continues to expand here in the county. Executive Ike Leggett and other county officials celebrated the opening of 8 new stations. Lorna Virgili has more.
The Capital Bikeshare Network keeps growing in Montgomery County. The new stations are now available around the transit-oriented Pike District and its surroundings.
This bike station and many others throughout this area were long planned, and we had a vision for them long before other discussions about this area may be under the future for Montgomery County transformation. So has nothing to do with anything potential in the future. This was already planned.
According to transportation officials, the bike stations offer more options for residents and workers to commute between their home and workplace to the Red Line.
Expanding mobility is a priority of Montgomery County Department of Transportation, where we are planning for future with more jobs, more people, and more travel options to support economic progress and shared prosperity. And here in White Flint, expanding options with Bikeshare will help further White Flint's transformation to a more transit-oriented, walkable, and bikeable center.
Now, 9 of the 12 Metro Rail stations in the county have Capital Bikeshare available, a cost-effective transit option that also helps reduce traffic congestion.
I want to give a shout out to Oleg. He's our transportation planner in the city of Rockville and very instrumental in helping us become more environmentally, more healthy, get the bikes on the ground. So the mayor and council just recently approved our Rockville Pike Plan. Bikeshare is one of our critical components.
This last set of 8 stations brings the total network to 82 in the county, but more are in the future, including one at Pike and Rose. The stations have been paid by grants and matching funds from the private sector. In Rockville, for County Report This Week, I'm Lorna Virgili.
There was a huge turnout and the reopening and naming of the Connie Morella Library in Bethesda. The name change was to honor the Congresswoman. Morella represented Maryland's 8th congressional district in the U.S. House of Representatives from 1987 to 2003. The library refresh cost close to $3.2 million. The changes include new seating areas, upgraded lighting, and new furnishings. Outside, there are new book drops and bike racks, plus so much more.
The library has always been a home. My wonderful parents, who came here as children from Italy, never had the opportunity to even finish elementary school. We had a loving home, but not the books. The library was my source of all information. In fact, I have to say, the library helped raise me. I would walk to and from the library, which was about a little under 2 miles, do my homework there, explore the surroundings, and of course meet and enjoy friends.
This is the second library in 2 weeks that we are reopening. We've just finished, a couple of years ago, the brand new, sprinkling new Silver Spring Library. We're well on the way for the construction of the Wheaton new library as well. The number of libraries that we've either opened or refreshed has been astounding.
The library is located at 7400 Arlington Road in Bethesda. For more info, go to montgomerycountymd.gov/library. Coming up on County Report This Week, is the Wheaton redevelopment project on schedule? We'll get an update. And from Chinese calligraphy to Indian henna tattoos, we're taking you to a celebration of diversity. Those stories and more when we come back.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. The revitalization project in Wheaton is on schedule and on budget. During a recent Aldea radio show, the director of the Mid-County Regional Services Center gave us an update. It included the latest on the construction of a new government building. She also explained how the county's Office of Finance has provided funds to small businesses in Wheaton that have been financially impacted by the construction.
The county is providing financial assistance to those businesses that can demonstrate a negative impact because of the construction. So as of just a few days ago, the county has dispersed almost $100,000 to different businesses in the area who have submitted applications for financial assistance. And we're going to see that number increase. Right now, about 20 businesses have submitted applications based on the first 2 or 3 quarters since construction started, but we're going to see that number increase in the coming months.
The county formed the Business Assistance Program in order to help existing Wheaton businesses during the 3-year construction period. Businesses that qualify can receive up to $75,000. For more info, go to wheatonproject.com. Well, it's time to check your medicine cabinet for expired or unwanted prescription drugs. April 28th is Prescription Drug Take-Back Day. It's a campaign to prevent prescription drug abuse and theft. It's also a way to keep people from flushing drugs down the drain or throwing them in the trash where they could be swallowed by a person or an animal.
This is the safest way to get rid of any unused or unwanted prescription medication. There are not a lot of good options to be able to dispose of unused medications. And by taking part in the Drug Take-Back Day, you can possibly prevent an accidental poisoning or intentional drug abuse.
On April 28th, residents can drop off prescription drugs and over-the-counter medications. Collection boxes will be in the parking lots listed on your screen at police stations and other county locations between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Come one, come all. Gaithersburg hosted its annual Diverse City Showcase at Lake Forest Mall. From Peruvian dances to Sri Lankan drums, the performances were as diverse as a crowd. Crystal Park has more.
Gaithersburg showed off its rich tapestry of cultures in its second annual Diverse City Showcase held at Lake Forest Mall. More than 7 different cultures were represented through dance and performances.
Gaithersburg, Maryland was recently ranked as the second most diverse city in the country by Wallet Hub. The personal finance website looked at population, race, language, birthplace, and ethnicity of more than 500 of the largest cities in the U.S. Take a look around at the Diverse City Showcase, and it's no surprise Gaithersburg ranked so high on that list. The event, presented by the City of Gaithersburg's Multicultural Affairs Committee, brought out as diverse of a crowd as the performers. From traditional Chinese folk dancers to African dancers to Palestinian performers. The event was a small taste of world cultures in one place.
When you're part of the Gaithersburg community, you're exposed to the world. I mean, we essentially have the world here, and it's a wonderful thing.
The event also featured opportunities for people to experience specific cultures, such as Indian henna tattoos and Chinese calligraphy. Diversity may be considered a buzzword these days, but Gaithersburg recognizes its reputation as the second most diverse city comes with responsibility.
It's not just words, diversity. We want to show the population of Gaithersburg we are here and we recognize you and we celebrate your culture.
Council members George Leventhal and Sidney Katz were also on hand to enjoy the performances and get to know the diverse community they serve.
The world has come to us and we should appreciate the world being with us.
In Gaithersburg, I'm Crystal Park for County Report This Week.
Coming up on County Report This Week, teaching kids about being in healthy dating relationships. We'll have a report about what they learned during the conference. And stacks of books were the cool backdrop for the Library After Dark Gala. We'll have more about who was being honored. Stay with us. County Report this week. We'll be right back.
Mark your calendars. The Montgomery County Greenfest is coming up and you don't want to miss it. Greenfest promises to be a fun-filled day of entertainment, community, and learning. Enjoy live music and fun and games for kids, learn how to green your home and neighborhood, attend a DIY workshop, and explore exhibitor booths. Greenfest has activities for all ages and interests. Make sure you stop by and explore your path to a greener life.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. 1 in 3 adolescents in the U.S. is a victim of abuse from a dating partner. During the recent Choose Respect conference, hundreds of local students learned about how to have healthy relationships. MCPS TV was there and brings us this report.
Students, parents, educators, and community advocates came together for the Choose Respect conference at Richard Montgomery High School. The event aimed to promote respect in dating relationships, to raise community awareness about the prevalence of teen dating violence, and to provide teens with knowledge that can protect them when in a relationship.
Many people may think that domestic violence is just physical, but a lot of times it can be verbal, it can be sexual, it can be financial, it can be emotional, and really domestic violence or dating abuse is all about power and control. One dating partner trying to control the other one.
It's so important to get this message out that healthy teen dating, having respect for yourself and for others is critical in strong development of our students.
Now in its 9th year, the conference was sponsored by the Montgomery County Family Justice Center, Montgomery County Public Schools, Montgomery County Police, Verizon, and a number of other public and private agencies. Attendees were treated to live entertainment and had access to a resource center and interactive and educational workshops.
This year they'll offer to the high schoolers, simulations where they can kind of reenact unhealthy relationship and get advice for themselves or for their friends. So it's information that they can take back to their schools, to their friends, and share with strategies on maintaining healthy relationships amongst their peers.
As we think about physical, social, and psychological well-being of students, this conference epitomizes that, to really engage students with adults and with one another to talk about how to be safe, how to feel safe, and how to be engaged in their community and with other people. It's exactly the right thing to do.
The Choose Respect campaign also invited students to participate in a contest to create PSAs. And at the conference, Toby Knapp from iHeartRadio announced the winners and awarded prizes.
My son submitted a PSA to the contest, and I'm really glad that he is concerned enough about social welfare, about good choices, about choosing respect, so that he can be a model for his peers and for his classmates.
I feel like that it will help other students realize the warning signs in relationships when you can tell it's unhealthy versus healthy, and knowing your worth and knowing that you shouldn't let anyone else take control over your life.
If you know someone who's in an abusive relationship, or if you yourself find yourself to be in an abusive relationship, just make sure you get help. Make sure you find someone, because there are advocates for you.
ABC may have Shark Tank, but here in the county, we have our very own Raptor Tank competition. MCTV's Jasudian Cruz has the story.
Most students come to Montgomery College to get an education, but some students leave with $2,500 to start their business idea. So let's take a look. The Raptor Tank Business Pitch Competition puts students and their business concept in front of local business leaders, who then select the top 3 winners to receive grants for their innovations.
Donut Shop is a streetwear brand from Maryland that focuses on promoting unity, embracing diversity, and cultivating artistic creativity. We provide high-quality apparel that features collaborative designs from around the DC metro area.
Obviously, you guys found a great niche, the skater market. How big is it, though?
You were very clear about the revenue structure and where your estimates are coming from. You didn't really address the cost side and what costs you might incur, whether it's licensing or royalties for streaming.
Since October, students have been preparing weekly with workshops in business concept development, marketing, financial analysis, and business pitching. Both confidence and nerves were running high on the big day.
I'm very grateful for what I got today that Raptor Tank have gave me, so I can push the outside channel into reality to make it actually happen.
I'm very excited. I'm glad I got this opportunity.
It's been really great to kind of represent just a different generation kind of in some of these competitions. So it's been a wonderful experience.
Our 4th annual Raptor Tank Business Pitch Competition winner and the recipient of $2,500 is Rocket Sports Stephen Coda. Congratulations!
It feels absolutely fantastic. I honestly was not expecting to actually get this check. But honestly, it's a dream come true, and I really hope to look forward to buying that embroidery machine and reducing the turnaround times and our customization costs.
Like most competitions, there are winners and losers, but with the Raptor Tank, everyone is a winner. These contestants have had the opportunity to learn and to dream big as they develop their business ideas. For a County Report this week in Rockville, I am Justinian Cruz.
Montgomery County Public Libraries honored staff and volunteers during the annual Library After Dark Gala. My MC Media's Mitty Hicks has more.
Lights, balloons, and laughter decorated Rockville Memorial Library during the 4th annual Library After Dark Gala.
It's a fundraiser for Friends of the Library Montgomery County, which is the nonprofit organization that raises money to provide so many of the extras for us that allow us to deliver the quality services to the residents of Montgomery County that we can.
This year's theme was Stories from the Stacks, which celebrates the commonality between libraries and their users.
Libraries are a place where anyone can come in. They can discover, they can dream, they can make a place for themselves in the world.
Library staff, volunteers, donors, and community leaders were recognized during the gala for their commitment in making Montgomery County Public Libraries a nationally recognized system.
And I'm delighted to present the Charles W. Gilchrist Award tonight.
This year's winners, Richard Friedman of Aggregate Industries won the Charles W. Gilchrist Award. Susan Cohen received the B. Parker Hamilton Award, formerly known as the Library Professional of the Year Award. Former library director Parker Hamilton, the first African American to lead the library, was also honored with a self-portrait by Ma Tabor Thomas.
It's really beautiful. She did a really fantastic job.
The painting will hang in the Rockville Library branch. Parker says when people walk past it, she hopes they will remember her as a passionate leader who wanted to deliver the best services to residents.
I was the leader, I had the title, but we all did it together. And I hope that folks remember me as a collaborator, as a communicator, as someone who built bridges and who believed in diversity and inclusion.
In Rockville, I'm Mitty Hicks for County Report This Week.
Coming up on County Report This Week, a guitar and banjo festival filled the air with music in Tacoma Park. And we're going to meet fun-loving Cato. He's our pet of the week. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Planning to renovate your home? Want to live in it longer? Then you don't want to miss the 2018 Design for Life Showcase. This is the event to hear from building professionals who specialize in accessible and universal design. Plus, you'll learn how to benefit from the Montgomery County Design for Life property tax credit. The goal is to create more homes that welcome people of all ages and stages of life. This year's showcase is set for May 5th at the Silver Spring Civic Building. Find out more by visiting the Design for Life website.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. Earth Day is officially April 22nd, but here in Montgomery County, we celebrate it for the entire month. There are dozens of volunteer opportunities and events scheduled in the county. Students can earn service learning hours by simply volunteering during Earth Month. People can help clean up local streams, pick up trash, and pull weeds. Recently on the county's Make a Difference TV show, the folks from the Department of Environmental Protection talked about the importance of Earth Month.
Earth Month, we try to make sure that residents and businesses know that there are so many ways that they're already doing and they're already being a part of, or that they're so close to just making a couple of little changes or getting involved with a rebate program to save them money, that they can be an environmental steward and be a part of the movement to help us reduce waste, help us reduce our footprint and carbon emissions. So what we like to say, every day is Earth Day. Earth Month is just a special way of celebrating. So for people to learn the extra activities that are going on and the trainings, they should go to mygreenmontgomery.org, and there's a page there all about Earth Month activities to get them started, because it's a great month and the spring is here to get started on how you can be a steward for the environment.
For more information about Earth Month, visit montgomeryserves.org. The first ever Festival of American Primitive Guitar recently took place in Takoma Park. The 1,000 Incarnations of the Rose Festival brought together musical legends and today's heavy hitters. Takoma Park City TV talked to some of the folks who helped make it all happen.
John Fahey innovated this kind of music, which came to be called American Primitive, and John Fahey was a Takoma Park native. So when we started to talk about doing a festival of American primitive music, which has never happened before, the first thing in my mind is it has to be in Takoma Park. I don't want to see this festival in New York or Philadelphia. It should be here. And I think everyone agreed with that, and Takoma Park has really been the center of gravity for this music, the kind of the spiritual home of it, and so it was just a natural to bring the festival here and bring the music to the people of Takoma Park.
We've created an event that is really about bringing the community of musicians and listeners together, and it's also about a place and a time, and we'll all be able to remember this event and share this event going into the future as well.
When I came over to New York for a couple of days, came down here to play the festival and see everyone, which was pretty cool. I am going to go back in several hours up to New York and play some more shows, and then I'll be back in the UK.
This is like a dream come true for me because I'm getting to see all these amazing players, and also playing that I'm really looking forward to it. So having a good time and having the chance to meet all these amazing players for me is really a big deal.
American Primitive Guitar music is really about using the six-string steel string guitar as the focus of emotional and very kind of introspective music, that it's not so much about the virtuosity or not so much about any particular single genre, but bringing together all the influences from blues, from Eastern music, from minimalism, and bringing it in a very personal way and having personal expression and original compositions. It's a unique personal vehicle for creativity with the guitar.
Now it's time to meet our pet of the week. Meet Cato. He's a Staffordshire Terrier mix. Cato is 1.5 years, and just look at him. He's so happy and bubbly. Cato enjoys running and playing with toys, people, and other dogs. He's new to the shelter, but we're hoping it's a very short stay and that we find him a loving home soon. Please call the Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center at 240-773-5900 or visit Cato on the web at montgomerycountymd.gov/ASD. With that, we close this edition of County Report this week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. We close this week's show with Carousel Day in Glen Echo Park. The fun takes place on April 28th from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. There will be lots of activities for the entire family, like face painting, magic tricks, and crafts. And the best part, it's all free, so go out and enjoy. I'm Anqoinette Crosby. Thank you for watching.